Hey guys! So today I thought we would make some earrings. And what I'm gonna do is use autumn yellow and black as my color combinations, but feel free to use whatever color combination you'd like to use. So this is gonna be kind of a test run here as well, and we will see what these earrings look like once we have finished. I had to get some of my really old earrings as well because so they are a little bit rusty, but I'll need to order some earrings, I think, just like some stainless steel earrings that look like this, where you've got the loop on it so you can attach whatever you've done with crochet to this part here. So this is going to be quite a trial run, and I hope I can do this. I am not sure if it will work out, but hey, let us try. Hi everyone, hey Marsha, hey Emmy. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab our yarn and we are going to chain. Let's chain, how many should we do? Let's maybe say 10. Let's chain 10. Okay, ready? So I've got my black yarn and I'm chaining 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What does that look like if I do 9? Nah, let's do 10. Let's do 10. Okay, so from this point, I'm going to go into my very first stitch, or loop, I should say, my chain, in that very first loop, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch. Okay, so we're going to do a slip stitch, and here it is. Oh, I gotta make sure my hook is pointing in the correct direction right here. Sometimes you can have a little bit of trouble with black yarn just because it's hard to see, but have no fear, you will get it. Okay, so here we go. We've just made a slip stitch right there, and we have chained 10, and then we've just finished that right here. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to make single crochet stitches inside this, what we call as a ring right now. Hey SK Boss YouTube Gaming. That's a very long name. What's your actual name? So we're just going to chain. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing and watching. We are making earrings at this point. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to make single crochet stitches inside here, and we might make a total of 13 or 14. We'll see how it looks. So here's number 2, and these are single crochet stitches. If you don't know how to do a single crochet stitch, just watch this carefully. Hook goes inside, brings the yarn through, and then you will pull the yarn through both of those loops on the hook. So that's number 3 that we've done. Here's number 4. Pull the yarn and then pull the yarn again through 2 loops on the hook. You might also hear people say things like yarn over, yarn under, mostly yarn over actually. And that's especially true in the case of beginners, because if you have a look, and I will do this for you. Okay, as I pull the yarn through, when they say yarn over, can you see how the yarn goes over the hook? So that's all that it means, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now, if it was yarn under, hey Jack, okay, nice to know. If I said yarn under, then I would pull the yarn through, and instead of having the yarn over the hook like this, I would have it under the hook like that. But most people, especially beginners and people who teach crochet, they will say yarn over. So for now, yarn over probably is the best thing that we can do for these earrings. If you were doing, say, things like amigurumi, I would recommend the yarn under technique, and this is how the stitches would look like. So you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but try and have a look. You'll see like a cross shape in every stitch, and that is working with yarn under and then yarn under again. So that's the difference there. It's very difficult. You know what? At the beginning, it can be difficult at the beginning, but if you learn simple things like chaining and single crochet stitches, and you do that and work them over and over and over again, within a week, I would say you would be pretty proficient in crochet. And that's if you're starting as, like, let's say, a teenager. I think you could get very good within 1 week of just doing crochet. I have no doubt. If you're a little bit younger, I don't think we'll have anyone in this live that is younger than, let's say, 8 years old. But I know one of my nephews, his name is Nate, and he's 8 years old, and he really wants to learn crochet, but he is struggling just to even learn how to hold the hook and the yarn, which is a very normal thing at the beginning. But once you've got those things down, you know what, crochet can be very simple after a while. I'm 5. Wait, really? Really? Well, you know what? You're doing well to be able to let me know your age in the chat. So I'm actually quite impressed. All right, so here we go. I don't know how many I've done, but I'm hoping it's around 13 or 14. And if it's too little, like if you've still got spaces left, you can continue to make those single crochet stitches just until you fill up that entire circle that you had. You can see it's starting to look like an earring now. 6 years old? Are we telling the truth, guys? Are you guys really that age? Anyways, so once we think we have enough single crochet stitches in our earrings, or this ring that we're making right here, then I'm going to do what's called a slip stitch, okay? So in a slip stitch, I'm going to enter my hook in that very first stitch, okay, the very first one, and it will be both in the front and back loops, and then I'm going to pull the yarn through, and then I'll pull that loop through the other loop on my hook, and there we go. So that is what you call a slip stitch. And now all I'll do there is cut the yarn, and then we've made our very first part of our first earring. Of course, we do have to also weave in these yarn tails. I can cut this one because I've weaved it in enough as I went along, and I'll show you that in my next one. It might be a little bit lighter as well so that you can see it. Black is very hard to see, so I don't blame you if you didn't really catch what we were doing there. Okay, so here's one. Okay, we've done one. What are we saying in the chat? Guess my country name. Let's say Germany. Marshall, hey, if they are, I hope the parents are here too. Yeah, same. I know people just say random stuff in the chats, but hey, look, if you're 5 or 6 years old in this chat, I'm actually pretty impressed that you guys can write so well in the chat. So well done to you. Anyways, okay, now we're gonna choose a different color. And I think, like, it can be any color that you want to choose. It doesn't really matter. Just something that matches black. And this doesn't have to be black as well. You can have a different color as well. You might do black and white, black and beige, black and red, or red and autumn yellow, whatever you choose. Okay, so we've got our next piece of yarn here, and I'm just going to choose autumn yellow. And what we will do again is chain 10. I think chaining 10 is a good amount of stitches to do here. I am from Mars. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we've got 10 now. Now, before we do this slip stitch, just like we did in the very first one, I'm going to put it through the middle section of this first piece that we made, as you can see here, and then going to finish it off by doing that slip stitch that we were doing before. So I'm going to enter into that very first loop right here and finish off with a slip stitch to join those two together. So slip stitch is coming up right there, and I just want to make sure I've got all the yarn. This is one of my new hooks, so it's not the best at catching the yarn, or I've just got to get a little bit more used to it. But I'm catching it, let's hope it works, and pull it through right there. You can make a cap for me. Actually, I was thinking of at some point making a like a little astronaut and having that as a tutorial. So that would be kind of cool. Okay, now that we've got this in the circle, we're going to continue making single crochets now around this one. I just don't want to get it mixed up with anything. So let's move this yarn tail over here. I'm going to move this over here, and now let's do it properly. So this is the first time that I'm doing this as well. So let's see how we go. So I'm just going to do single crochets all around. This is the second one. We might do a total of 13 or 14. Third, you might need to manipulate your earring just a little bit, like move it around as you're going. Number 5, number 6. I don't want to get the black involved. 7, 8, coming up. 9. Let's see how we're doing. It's not too bad, it's looking good. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Have we done enough here? I might do one more. One more for good luck. Can you make my heart from yarn? I did this yesterday. Look, we did a heart yesterday evening. So if you haven't checked out that live, go check it out. And you'll be able to make this as well. I also have to make the tutorial video for this. So stay tuned for more tutorial videos if you haven't. I've got so much. But anyways, that's the heart that I made. Okay, so we're going to finish this earring now by just doing a quick slip stitch. And there was something that I did forget actually. And it's coming up now. I forgot to do it with black. So maybe I'll have to add that later on. But in the meantime, this is what we should have done, okay? So to give this a little bit more bedazzle, what a word, but like make it look a little bit more interesting, I'm thinking what we could do is something that is like this. We can do a chain, so just chain 1, then we can enter in here and just do a slip stitch, just like that. Then we chain 1 again and enter the next one with a slip stitch. And we'll just keep repeating that all the way around. I just need to make sure, again, my hook is working. Chain 1, you know, you could probably even chain 2. Chain 1. And I've never tried whether or not to go in the back loop only, but let's just go in both loops at the moment. And let's see how this looks at the end, shall we? So slip stitch and chain 1 as we go all the way around. Slip stitch and chain 1. My channel is monetized? Nope, it is not. Guess what? I still have many hours, watch hours as they call them, to go. So yeah, please watch my videos if you haven't already. That way I can monetize this channel and continue crocheting and making tutorial videos for all you guys. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that, and I'm so grateful for you guys joining this community as well. So again, we're just going around all of these earrings with a slip stitch and chain 1. And I can't believe I forgot to do that with the black yarn, but it is okay because we will do that later on. It's always not the end of the world, even if you have forgotten something with your yarn. So remember that. It's not the end of the world. You can go back and add it. Yes, you might have to do a few additional steps, but sometimes that's just life. You have to put in a little bit more effort for things that we forgot. Okay, so now I'm going to come back in here and just do a slip stitch to finish that off. And that was the end of that one. And it does look a little bit nicer, doesn't it? It just has like a little bit of this frilly edging. I subscribe. I have a teenage age daughter that will love your crochet. Thank you so much, Anita. I really appreciate that. I hope your daughter really enjoys it. And thank you for subscribing. Yes, please watch the videos, and anything she wants to make, she can go ahead and do that. I hope it's very easy for her to follow along. And if she hasn't crocheted before as well, and that goes for everyone that's watching, if you haven't crocheted before, I have made some YouTube videos about how to crochet, so check that playlist out as well. And yeah, that should hopefully be helpful to you all as you begin or continue your crochet journeys. So I really hope I can be of a help to you all. I really appreciate all of your kind support and love that you're sending this way. I'm from India. You're from India, okay. I actually have a sister-in-law who grew up in India, but then also in Fiji. So she's a Fijian Indian, if that makes sense. But she speaks Hindi, and I tried to start learning it, but I only learned one sentence really the other week. See if you can do you know what I'm saying? If I say, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, but if I said tumhara nam kya hai, did I say something that is along the lines of what is your name? I hope so. Let me know. Can you make me Squid Game guard? I've already done that. I've already made you. Go check it out. Yes, that's exactly right. Okay, so for Squid Game guard, I actually made you already. If you see a YouTube video, you'll see one that's exactly that, the Squid Game guard, and you will enjoy making that or having a look at it, whatever floats your boat there. Aesthetic songs, wow. Pendragon, oh hey Pendragon, how do you make earrings with yarn? Right, it is possible, but of course you do need this part of the earring, so without it obviously you can't fit this through your ear, huh? But if you have this part, then it should be fairly straightforward, and these are usually quite cheap. You can get off like Amazon or I don't know, just some cheap store, and you can find things like that. You could probably find a set of 100 pairs for like $5/10, I'm sure. These ones are very old because I didn't have any at the moment, but I was like, oh, I want to make some earrings, so I just grabbed a pair, and you know, it's quite old, but hey, I've got something to work with at least, just to show you what it looks like. Yes, you're welcome, Squid Game guard. You know about cashmere? No, I don't. What is it? Pendragon, it shouldn't be. Have you made the circle guard yet? The circle guard, well, it would be easy to do. I think I made, what did I make? I think I did the triangle guard. The circle guard is basically everything that I did with the triangle guard, except you just change the shape of the white cotton yarn that you're using on the black head that you make. So everything is the same. It's just the what you call embroidery. Some of you might consider that like sewing. It's a little bit of the same, except embroidery is you're making something, you're making a shape with your yarn. But yeah, you can easily just switch it up. The patterns are all the same, and the tutorial videos will be exactly the same. So you can go check those out and enjoy crocheting and make your very own Squid Game guard keychain if you want as well. You're welcome. India state that I live. Okay. I see. Is it a good area that you're living in at the moment? I've never been to India, so I don't know what it's like. I'm just attaching black yarn here because remember we forgot this part. Remember the slip stitch and chain one? We forgot to do that for the black. And so I want to complete that now, just so we have no more worries about that black yarn. So chain one, but remember if you were doing this, and we have to make another pair of earrings anyway, and in the next one we're not going to forget it. Okay, so let's just remember in the next one, remember to do this trimming, which is the chain one and slip stitch. You can search on Google what is the beauty of, okay, I will do that. You're so awesome. So are you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being here. It means so much. and it definitely helps my channel to grow, and I hope we're kind of helping each other as well, where I can show you how to do something, make tutorial videos for you all, and you guys can watch them so that eventually I can earn a little bit and continue doing this in the future. It would be actually quite a dream to just do crochet full time. That would be amazing. But it is a hobby, so I'd probably do it anyway. And I like helping people learn how to crochet and just learn the beauty of the art as well. So that's why I really wanted to make these tutorial videos for you. And I must say, and I'm not giving myself any credit, but I must say it is difficult trying to always do these tutorial videos, just because the position at which you crochet is very different to how you would crochet naturally. Like if you're just sitting down and crocheting normally, like you find your comfortability sort of section, whereas when you're doing a video and you have to make sure your hands are in the camera and you're a little bit far away from your face, and you kind of like humped over with like an arched back, it does make it very awkward. But hey, I want to make these tutorial videos for all you guys, so let us do it together. Okay, can I have a shout out? Sure. How do I shout you out? Shout out to you, Screed Car. Okay. There you go. I really don't know what else I can do to shout you out, but there you go. Cute voice. Ah, thanks. That's just my normal voice. Okay, so we are making that slip stitch right there, and we're finishing off that black earring. Dough is going to come any second, and thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so can you see what we've done here? Sure, we have a lot of strands that are just floating around here, but we're going to cut those. We're going to make sure they're weaved in and cut. So these two have been weaved in, so I can just directly cut them. There we go. So that's that one done. Now, what happened to my yellow one? Oh, we weaved it in already, that's right. Just had a bit of a blank memory right there. And we're going to weave in this black one right now, and I'm doing it behind. So can you see how I'm good? It's hard again. Black stitches are the worst to be able to see things, but can you see how I'm working behind it? And then I'm gonna weave this yarn in, and I'm kind of twisting at the moment this yarn just because it's so, like, the eye of the needle right here is so tiny that if I don't twist my yarn, it's very hard to pull it through. Where am I from? I'm from Australia, and it is currently 5:35 in the afternoon here in Australia. So that is where I am. Particularly, like specifically in wow, I'm really having trouble with this yarn. But specifically in Australia, I live about an hour and a half away from Sydney. So I'm in New South Wales state. And if you search Central Coast in Sydney, not in Sydney, in New South Wales, Central Coast, then that's where I live. There's lots of beaches where I live, and actually Australians are mostly known for always going to the beaches, and it's kind of true because we live around, in Australia, right? Everyone lives on the coastal side of it. Hardly anyone lives inland because it's so hot there. And so, yeah, we're just known for going to the beach and enjoying the sunshine. Most people know us for tans and stuff, but hey, that's not true. Where are you guys from? 12:35 a.m. here, and this is in USA. Ah, Louisiana, nice. I have two siblings that live in the States, brother and a sister, and they're both in the state of California. I've heard as well that there are fires in California at the moment, which is very scary. Okay, what do we want first? And also the largest fires, they're not really contained yet. They're like the lowest percentage contained, although that was yesterday when I checked it, so hopefully it's not as bad. So what I'm going to do now is open this up with pliers, and I'm going to stick it in one of these. So I want to make sure this is open nicely so I can stick it in. I might put it in, or maybe the yellow. I'll do the yellow up front first. and just stick it in one of these sections here. It can be in both chains or like both the front and back loops. I'd probably do both in the front and back loops just so it's a little bit more secure. That way if it tugs a little bit, it's not going to rip the cotton. And yeah, so there we go. That's one of the earrings right here. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Look at that, guys. We've got an earring ready to put on. So that's one earring. I'm in the snow right now. Oh, nice. I watch another Australian creator, Taylor Rose. She sews scrunchies and bows. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I really admire people that have like a creative side and they're trying to make it into a business or something that they can share with others. I really, really love that. Okay, we need to do the second earring, huh? So let's do that now. Let's start with black because it's the hardest to see, okay? And if you didn't see that first earring that I did, then here's your second opportunity to watch my second earring so that you guys can follow along and learn to do this for yourselves. All you need to do is buy a little set of earrings. I would try and recommend sterling silver just so it doesn't rust, and then you make this part, which is very cute and dainty, and then you have this as your crochet earrings at the bottom. You can make it for friends, family, something as a gift. It's really beautiful, or make it for yourselves. So go ahead and do that. Okay, how do I feel today? How do I feel today? I am good. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, gift for someone. Exactly. Exactly. It would be a beautiful gift for someone if you made this. And I don't know if many of you guys watching are guys, but hey, look, if you have girlfriends or something, this is the cutest thing. And imagine if you made this for your girlfriends. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just chaining here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see I chained 10, right? I'm just going to make sure this is straight before I connect it with a slip stitch to my very first loop. And again, it's black and my eyes are far away. I want to bring it closer to my head, but can't do that right now. So now I'm going to do a slip stitch now that I've put my hook in that first loop, and I'll make a slip stitch just to connect that together in a ring. I didn't like girlfriend. Oh no. That's okay. That is okay. Here we go. So this is where we're going to chain 1. And we are going to do our 13, 14, or 15 single crochet stitches inside this ring that we've made. So here's number 1. And let's just count them. And you can do more or less depending on how big the ring is. There's no definite number as to how many single crochet stitches you make inside this loop here that we have chained together and slip stitched and put together. So as you can see, I'm not even counting anymore, so I'm just going to keep going until it looks reasonable, and then I will finish. So that's probably enough weaving in this back loop, and I can cut this off later because I've weaved it in the end. And if you didn't see me weave it in, all I did was I had it above the hook. I have it above the hook, and then I continue doing that single crochet stitch. And then once you've finished and you've weaved it in through 3 or 4 of these single crochet stitches, you can just leave it to the side and cut it off later. I wouldn't recommend cutting it off immediately just because you may get some of like the end left over as you're continuing to do that single crochet stitch. So just wait until you finish the rest of it. Just leave it dangling there and then cut it off later. That's my recommendation for you right there. So we're going to do maybe one more. And I think that looks pretty good. So we are going to go now into my first, and I just want to see this. I've got to put it up to my eyes so I can see it. We're going to go in this first stitch right here. And then we're going to make a very nice slip stitch to finish. Okay. Now remember, this is what we forgot last time. And you can probably cut this off at this point as well if you wanted to, and we will do that right here. So I'm just going to cut off this yarn tail because we don't need it, and you can see I've left a little bit But what I would normally do is I'd pull it a little bit and then cut it and then pull it back. What have we got in the chat here? Hi Carissa, CJ Crochet. OMG, Crochet, what are you making? We're making earrings. We are making earrings right now. This is what it looks like. So we're doing this. So if you want to make earrings, go check out this. I'll do another tutorial video of this as well, so it's just a little bit more clear. Yesterday we made a heart. The other day we made Luffy with his hat and a keychain. So if you're an anime fan, this is pretty cool to do. We've also done lives just after Christmas where we made a Christmas tree, and we also made a Santa hat. We also made a little bow, and then I made a tutorial video of a phone holder. So go check that out if you want to make a phone holder, and it's got the sunflower granny square pocket that we've included on the back there. It's for like cards or money or whatever. Maybe phone will just go inside this one. And then it's got the tulip design here. We also made a tulip granny square that we put together. Bunch of stuff. There's a ton of tutorial videos on this channel, so be sure to check it out and subscribe if you have a chance, please. Whoa, earrings are awesome to make. I mostly crochet amigurumi. Yes, yes, yes. I have tons of those as well, so you can watch my tutorials. Yeah. And I love making new things. Perfect. That's awesome, CJ Crochet. How long have you been crocheting for? I've been crocheting now for about just over a year, I would say. I started in August of 2023. So what's that? A year and 4 months. Pretty much that amount of time. How about yourself, CJ Crochet? Okay, so here we're going to, so we've just made all of these single crochet stitches. Here we're going to chain one. We're going to do a slip stitch, just like so, and then chain one. And we're going to continue that pattern all the way around. So slip stitch, and, oh, didn't complete that slip stitch very well, and chain one. So let's keep doing that. Slip stitch, chain one, and that just gives a little bit of a nice decorative trimming around the edge of our earring. So it just gives a little bit more flavor, if you will, and texture or things like that. I've been crocheting for about 3.5 years. Oh, that is awesome. Wow, that's a very long time. Well done to you. I only really found the art of crochet from my best friend who lives in the Philippines, who was into it for about a year longer than myself. And she learned from YouTube, and then I learned a little bit from her. Then we made it into a business in the Philippines, and now I'm trying to, I've designed a ton of patterns. Oh, by the way, if you want any of my patterns, go check them out at Etsy. So it's just mnashthreads.etsy.com, and all of those things that you see on Etsy are my own designs. And then I tried to make additional designs here on YouTube for you guys to learn. So I hope it comes in handy for you, and that we can just grow as a community here together and enjoy crochet and the love of this art together, which would be really cool. Okay, so now I need to do a slip stitch in one of these chain spaces, which I need to find. So here's a chain space, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch into that loop right there that was on my hook, and then I can pull the yarn to finish that part. There we go. I think that you have to start a mini store in the Amazon to sell these things. Yeah, you know what, I do, but I have trouble. Not trouble in terms of selling or anything like that, but the thing is, I don't know what to sell, how much to sell things for, because people, and I've explained this before, and that's why I'm currently only doing patterns at the moment, and I just want this YouTube to grow as well. But when you crochet, it takes hours upon hours of doing these things, and when you sell them, the price that you sell them for is is pretty low, considering, like, for example, I've got nothing here to show you. I've got a big bag, but it's over across the other side of my room. Like a little doll, for example, that could take me 10 to 15 hours, but then non-crocheters who look at it, they'll, you know, they'll want to pay maybe, let's say, $30 for it. And considering it took you hours upon hours of trying to crochet it, it's just not worth it. So that's why I haven't really decided to sell anything that's that I've done, or a project that I've made. Yeah, so I don't know how to work through that, because obviously I don't want to tire myself out trying to crochet and crochet for really not much, because that wouldn't really be helpful to anyone. Now I am going right now. Okay, see you later. Thank you for coming. I learned from my grandma, but she only taught me single crochet and chain stitches. That is the best thing to learn at the beginning of crochet. She did well. The rest was definitely trial and error. Yes, yes, that is so true. The rest is definitely a trial and error thing. I've sold stuff to my friends and teachers, and I'm very quick crochet. I sell stuff for 15 US per hour. Yeah, that's perfect. And I charge materials used and how easy it is to make them. Yeah, that honestly is a great amount to charge as well, especially if you're young and you're a fast crocheter. Although efficiency shouldn't really have too much bearing on it. Like obviously if you're a very slow crocheter, you wouldn't want to charge someone extra just because you're very slow. So it just depends. Like you want to find that happy medium as well. And yes, you definitely want to charge for those materials. But it sounds like you've got something going there for yourself, and I love that for you. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to use this autumn yellow color, and we are going to make the second portion of our earring. So again, we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But before we do this slip stitch in here, the important part is making sure that this part goes inside the black. So you want it to go inside before you make that slip stitch. So that there is the most important thing to remember when you do that second color. And remember, I'm just using autumn yellow here as an example. Your colors can be completely different. The main point here is just learning how to crochet the earring. For the colors, you can choose those all for yourself. So we're just making a slip stitch now that we have it inside our black portion or black part of the earring. When I come to Australia, I will meet you. Yeah, absolutely. Be happy to meet you. That'll be awesome. Do you usually make jewelry, or do you make different things? I usually make amigurumi stuff. I don't really make jewelry at all. This is kind of like, but for earrings, like I will do little earring styles and things like that. And I have a few tutorial videos, like for example, a Santa hat earring. I think that was done in December of last year. I should probably put a couple more earrings on this channel as well. I might start designing a few if you guys wanna see that. Like flower earrings, just like really simple things that even a beginner crocheter can do and crochet for their friends or something like that. That would be really exciting. Or perhaps, because I have a best friend in the Philippines who is meant to be working on this channel, so maybe I can get her as well to make those earrings and do those tutorial videos for you. But we'll see. We'll see how much we can get out for you in terms of tutorials, okay? But please make sure you watch them, because actually on this channel, in order for us to monetize this channel, and I don't want to make it all about money or anything like that, but we have to receive another like 2,000 watch hours. And something that I've been noticing is every time I do make a tutorial video, not many people seem interested in them. You might get, like, after an entire year, you might get maybe like 1 or 2 watch hours. So I think it's just the reach that we're lacking at the moment. But hey, if you guys could please watch the videos, or I'm just grateful that you guys are here for the live anyway, so it means a lot. But yeah, if you like tutorial videos, please do go and watch them on my channel so that we can increase these watch hours and start doing this full time for you. I just crocheted a rat today. No way. Did you? Why did you choose a rat? What? Why a rat? Do you usually make... Okay, I read that before. That's funny. I'm so curious now, what made you decide to choose to crochet a rat? Wow. I don't know if I'd want to crochet a rat for myself. Unless you have a really good friend that their favorite animal is a rat, or it's just a very cute rat. Okay, so as you can see now we're doing the decorative part. We already did that slip stitch, and now we're just doing the what slip stitch and chain one. So we're doing that all the way around, slip stitch and chain one. Again, the slip stitch and chain one. I'm obsessed with rats. Okay, so it's you who's obsessed with the rats. I want one so bad, and I had just gotten some plush yarn that way. Great, I saw the pattern and my heart was set. That's awesome. Well, hey, you do what you gotta do, right? I'm glad that you are enjoying your rat crochet pattern. Although it is quite cool to crochet different animals, I must say. That's something that I want to work on this year. I'm thinking of doing like a Christmas nativity set, and I've got to do the camel, the sheep, the cow, of course, your regular Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, maybe the three wise men, or as some people like to call them, the kings, three kings. We'll see, we'll see. But I do really want to do some animals, that's for sure. So we'll see what I can do this year. Okay, now I'm just going into a stitch space, something that I can find, and should be relatively easy to get into, and then I'm just going to make a slip stitch to finish that off. So here's the slip stitch now, and now I just finish that up with a quick cut of the yarn, leaving a little bit of a tail there, and I might just cut it a little bit more so it's a bit more even as well. Okay, so I already weaved this yarn tail in as I went along, so I'm going to cut that, and then I need to, there's a little piece here that was like my previously weaved in yarn that I just want to get in properly so it's not visible. There we go. And then I've got to weave this in now here with my crochet needle. So I'm just going to go on the outside here, and it's technically on the back side, but then I'm going like around here as I'm weaving it in. And I'm just going to twist this because the eye of my needle is quite small, and hopefully I can get this inside the eye of the needle, which I can't, so I'm going to twist it a little bit more. It really is so small, the eye of this needle, honestly. It's the hardest thing, and the reason why I'm using such a smaller like needle is because I lost my other one. So this is all I have to work with right now. And though that looks like it's inside, it's not. There was one strand that was kind of just left apart. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not religious personally, but that would be awesome to make. What kind of plushies do you like to make? Oh, that's so cool. You've made a lot of things. Why not? Do you want to go to my Etsy, because I have a lot of patterns there, and you can see the plushies that I make. They're mostly characters, I do want to point out. So my Etsy page, it's just the title of the YouTube, mnashthreads.etsy.com, and you go straight to my shop, and then you can have a look at the things that I have designed there. Sorry, I'm just going out of screen so I can bring this closer to my eyes so that I can weave this portion through the eye of the needle. My worst part in crochet, especially when you don't have the correct needle, which is what I'm lacking here at the moment. Oh, you're so sweet. No, you don't have to do that. I don't want you buying stuff if no, don't do that. Only if you really, really want something and you're actually interested. Oh my gosh, did you see what I just did there? I just pulled out the yarn from my needle after all that effort. All that effort of trying to put the yarn in the eye of my needle, and it just popped out again because of my carelessness. I'm so silly. Okay, we got it. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it through. We got it. Just pull it a little bit more just to make it look even and nice all the way through, and then I'm gonna just pull it just a little bit more and then chop it right at the beginning of that point there. That way you can completely hide it. And what I do is take the yarn and fold it over the eye of the needle, slide the needle out, and use the folded bit of yarn and stick it through. Yes, there are so many different ways to do it. I really appreciate that idea. So I've done a few of those things, but the folding part takes longer just because it's a little bit thicker, and the eye of my needle is so tiny. Like, it's so tiny. It's not even for regular 4-ply yarn to kind of fit through. So I like try and, even if I did fold it, it's just too thick, because then I would have 8-ply. It's just not going to fit through. So that's the best method that I have. I just like twist it as much as possible to make it as tiny. I know some people use like a little paper and they like slit the paper through, but also I didn't have that. We can friends, oh, you have a sewing needle. Yes, a sewing needle. Wait, what do normal people have? I'm so confused now. What should it be? Alright, so because I always use a sewing needle. Is there something better that I should have? Am I unfamiliar with what it is? Okay, so now I'm going to find the portion of my yellow yarn that I like and slip this through. So I'm just using plies and then putting this through both the front and hopefully back loops. It's just going to take a little bit of time because it's so tiny and my hands are so big. Maybe I can try and use this to help me. There we go. Got it through, and then I'll just pin that a little bit more together. Well, okay, I went way too far at that point. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there, I promise. Use my crochet hook and pull it through several stitches. Ah, yes. I sometimes do that, but if I want more of that, like that seamless finish where it's just not obvious that I've done that, then yeah, I'll definitely use a sewing needle and just put it through those back stitches as well. Hey, so guys, look, we have just made some earrings. This is pretty cool. And they look really, I don't know, they're like dainty. I like it. You could wear these out. I used to do that, but with the yarn I typically use, can snag and snap, yes. Especially if you're using like a plush type yarn as well, where it's a little bit thicker. Hey Rose Melody, thanks for coming. We just finished our earrings here. So I hope that helped you learn how to make some earrings, because I do want to do a YouTube tutorial of this as well, so that I can put that out there for you guys and you can go check that out, just so it's a little bit clearer as well, and then you can try them on. But don't they look so cute? I hope you do like them. It's a great little pattern to learn, just putting one circle piece inside the other circle piece, and then yeah, that's basically it. I see your method hides it better. Yes. And I really like to hide it, just so you can't see any of it. Alright guys, well, now that you're all here, don't forget to subscribe to me. And yeah, again, if you don't know how to crochet, or if you're new to crochet, I have a whole playlist on learning crochet, and I will continue to add to that like once or twice a week, so be sure to check that out. Then I upload tutorials as much as possible, and I'm going to be uploading more tutorials this week, so guys, stay tuned and see everything that I make, and I hope it helps you, and I hope you enjoy crochet as much as I do, and we can do this together. Do you prefer goddess or princess? What's that for? I'm not sure. any. I don't really mind. Is this for like a character or just in general? I have no idea. I haven't really thought about it. But anyways, guys. Oh, to be called. Oh no, none of the above. No thanks. My daughter and I will start watching. Thank you. Thanks so much, Anita. I really appreciate that. You can call me Kimberly though. That's my name. Kimberly. Or Kim or Kimmy, whatever you guys want to call me. Yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, here's the earrings. That's what it looks like at the end. And I'm excited to see all your stuff. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's just the same name. And you can show me your pictures or your designs, and I will love to check those out when you guys have a chance to send them to me. Thanks, Rose. Oh dear. That's very sweet. Love you too. Alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. I am gonna leave now. It's always so hard to say goodbye, isn't it? But anyways, I do have to go. And I'll try and do another live in either tomorrow or the next coming days. So be sure to keep out for notifications and everything like that. Okay, thanks so much. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Enjoy your days or your nights and get some sleep or wake up and enjoy everything that you do today. Hope it's great. See you guys. Bye.